Hi, Grecia. How are you?
Hi, girl. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And hi, guys, and welcome to everyone that's listening or seeing us today. If you don't know who we are, my name is Valley. I am co-founder of Adira, and this is my friend Grecia. She's our marketing lead. So if you guys don't know what Adira is, let me tell you a little bit about us. Adira is an all-encompassing women's health app that seeks to help women not only through their menstrual cycles, but also on their overall mind and body health. So our ultimate goal is to help as many women as we can, because we know that for many, this period, whether it's PMS or it's period pains, for many it can be sort of like an issue. There's a lot of things that go along that sometimes we don't know how to deal with. So that's our goal. That's what we hope to become. We've been working on the app for a little while, so stay tuned for that.
So first things first, Valley. What are period pains? I feel like this is the first thing we gotta get out of the way before we start diving into the topic.
Yeah. So period pains, they're actually diagnosed. So we have an article over here. So according to the Medline Plus, painful periods are also called dysmenorrhea. The pain is most often menstrual cramps, which are throbbing, cramping pain in your lower abdomen. And you may also have other symptoms such as lower back pain, nausea, diarrhea, and headaches. One thing that's really important is that period pains is not the same as PMS, because PMS, premenstrual syndrome, is, as the word says, is before your period. So you can have different symptoms including weight gain, bloating, irritability, and fatigue, while period pains are during those days in the month when you are having your menstruation. So it's usually like a pain like really low in your abdomen, and there's also like the lower back pain, as we were saying before. So period pains are normal up to a certain level. We know a lot of women have a hard time with it, most more than others, but in reality I think many women have gotten period pains at least once in their life, right, Grecia?
Yes, and actually period pains are more common amongst women than we think they are. For example, according to a research published in the US National Library of Medicine, in the National Institute of Health, out of a group of 408 young women, 84% of them reported pain at some point, and 43% reported having painful menstruation in every menstrual period, like all of the time. So it is more common than we think it is.
Yeah, so that's like good to have, because now we know that it's not something that we're making up to be dramatic or something like that.
Yes.
Because I know for especially for people that don't menstruate, it's kind of different, it's kind of weird. They don't know what it's all about, but it's important that we do understand that period pains are normal. There's definitely things you can do to reduce the pain, but again, up to a certain level. If you're having like really extreme pain, like severe pain, you might want to talk to your doctor about it, and especially if you haven't been diagnosed with any menstrual medical issues. So for example, just to go a little bit into experience, I have PCOS, which is polycystic ovary syndrome, and my period pains before I started birth control were really severe. I could say it was up to the point where you can't even get out of bed. But now that I've been with contraceptives and I'm like in the treatment and everything, I haven't had them. I decided a few months ago that I was going to stay away from birth control, just because, I don't know, you read things online. Don't do that. Don't do that, especially if your doctor has prescribed it to you. Don't do that. That was a really bad idea.
If you're sexually active right now during the pandemic, please do your contraceptives. Take care of yourself.
Yes. Take care of yourself. That's true. So yeah, that's one thing. Don't, please, if you are on any type of treatment, stay on it. Don't believe everything you read online. Because for people with PCOS, not only does contraceptive help with period pain, they also help with a lot of PMS, like that you have. So that's important. But how are you, Grecia? How are your period pains? Do you have any, or?
Glad you asked. So I don't have PCOS, but I do experience a lot of cramps. Sometimes lately I've been getting nausea. I don't know why. And the moodiness, but the moodiness sometimes starts before my period, so it's something that we call what is it called, Vali?
It's part of your PMS.
Yeah, the PMS, right? So it's before your period starts. I feel moody myself. I think I don't show it to people. I don't know what Vali thinks about that.
We could agree to disagree.
Oh, wow. Okay. Because sometimes us women try to act tough as well, so people around us don't know that we actually are on our period. So that happens again. Yeah.
But are your period pains like, what do you say? Let's say from 1 to 10. I could say that my period pains at this time, like right now where I am, it could they're like around a 5 at the most, but not that much. Great. How about you? Yeah, it's not.
A 5 is good. A 5 is good. And I guess it's because also you're having a great time with your gynecologist, understanding your body and being on medication. I would actually say it's a 3. I say 3 because I have a cousin, for example, that she can't even get up out of the bed when she's on her period. So I'm pretty sure, and I know for a fact, I've been with her, and I know for a fact the amount of pain she goes through. So learning about this and actually understanding Adira to help create the app has helped me also understand why periods are important, and that's why also I think it's a 3.
Okay. And I think that's what we were talking about also like a few moments back before we started the podcast. Like pain is very different for many women. Yes. So it depends on how much pain tolerance you have. So obviously I could say a 5, you say a 3, your cousin might say a 10 or an 11. Exactly. She could even go out of that. So yeah, that's it's definitely different for all of us. One thing that I think we have in common is that I know we must know at least one home remedy, right? Yeah. Like, if you have, especially here in Colombia, we have a lot of like hot drinks and things like that, and our grandmas are always like on top of us, like, because we have a lot of remedies for the cold, for everything. So that's one thing I think we could say we have in common. I know in a lot of foreign countries they have their drinks, but for example in Sri Lanka, we talked about this in one of our blog posts, that they have a drink called kathmali, and it was first used as a remedy for the common cold, and then it transitioned into a remedy for period pains. So one thing I know is that hot drinks help with blood circulation. So when you have period pains, your abdomen is always, you will feel a little bloated. So this will help. Obviously, it's not going to help in the long term. It's going to be more of like a thing of while you're drinking it. Yes. For the moment. What is something that you can tell us maybe that you've drank, or something that maybe your grandma or your parents have told you, like, oh, are you in pain? Take this.
So glad you asked. Actually, my grandparents, my grandmothers died when I was still very young, so we didn't ever talk about period and period pains. But what I found out throughout the years is, first, I drink tons of water, a lot of water, because when you get bloated, that also dehydrates you, and the water can help you a lot also with the cramps.
Okay.
And another thing, I don't know if this happens to you, Vali, but when I'm on my period, sometimes I have the sweet tooth. I want something nice for myself and all of that. So what I do is I eat dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is great for your skin actually and for your body, but also it has the sweet component your body would like to have, while diminishing that anxiety or that need to get crappy food because dark chocolate satiates you. So that's one of the
that makes sense. I've never tried dark chocolate during my period. I'm not such a sweet tooth fan. But it's definitely because obviously with PMS also there's a lot of you start craving a lot of things.
Yes, exactly.
So I think dark chocolate might be trying that next time.
Yes.
In my case, you know, my grandma used to give me like cinnamon brew. So we would make basically just have like really hot water and then add cinnamon to it and get it to a boil, and then I would drink that. I was not allowed to eat any cold drinks. That was definitely a no-no. She said that would she said that would like actually make the pain even worse. So yeah, and I actually felt that as well, that whenever I drink something cold, it just worsens the pain instead of helping it. So yeah, and there's a lot of things now in the market that help out. I know doctors sort of sometimes prescribe painkillers for that, but you have to obviously go to the doctor to get this over-the-counter medicines. But nowadays there's a lot of things you can find online. I mean, there's what do you call them? Heat pads. So there's electrical ones and also ones you can DIY at home. I personally don't recommend the electric ones just because I've been almost electrocuted by one.
Oh my god.
I used to have like an electrical heating pad. So how they work is they're like a pillow and they have like this jelly filled inside, I don't know, some liquid or something, and you connect it to your electricity and then it heats up. So this is helpful for if you live in like cold weathers and things like that. So mine actually, I just connected it, waited until it got heating up, and then I was going to put it on like my abdomen area because that's where it really hurt, and it started sparkling, so it caught fire.
Oh, wow.
That was not a good idea. So I don't recommend that. Wow. There's much safer ways now.
Yeah, then we can talk. We can have a podcast only talking about our period problems.
No, I want to live, trust me. But maybe it was a bad brand, I don't know, there must be safer ones out there, but I know you can you can make your own hot pads by putting hot water in a water bottle, wrapping it in towel, and then putting it in the area that hurts. So it's that's like something. And then why don't you go ahead and tell us in the comments like what your grandma, your mom, or somebody who is close to you tells you is good for period pain, or what you do. Let's help each other out. Maybe it could help Grecia, maybe it can help me, or it can help Grecia's cousin. So that would be really fun.
Yes, we want to hear from home remedies or whatever you do during your period. It would be amazing to know.
Yeah, definitely. And as we said in the beginning, it's important that we don't feel ashamed for having these pains. I know for many it's very difficult, even even going to work or going to school. So it's always important to speak up about what's going on, especially because not everyone's a mind reader. And Grecia can agree with me. Like, if you don't speak up, no one's gonna be able to help you out. And who knows, maybe your boss is going to be like, hey, why don't you take a day off? Because there's countries where you actually get days off on your period.
Yes, like a leave for your period or something like that. Yeah.
Would it be called a period leave?
I think so.
Yes.
Yes.
It's called a menstrual leave.
Yeah.
Menstrual leave is a type of leave where a woman may have the option to take paid or unpaid leave from her employment if she's menstruating and is unable to go to work because of this.
And I've been discussing this with Bali. Sometimes maybe your boss is a woman and it's totally okay and she understands you. Sometimes if your boss is a man, we tend to think they're not going to understand us. We tend to lessen ourselves. But it depends on the man. I have actually found great bosses that understand and try to put themselves in your shoes, sort of. So don't be ashamed of it. The Adira family is here for you as well. So yeah,
we got your back.
Yes, exactly.
We'll help you write and everything.
Or send them this podcast.
Yes, that would be a good idea. So I was just researching, and so it seems like in America we don't have it. Like not North America, Central America, or South America, we don't have menstrual leave. But in Asia, they have it in Indonesia. Since 2003, women have a right to 2 days of menstrual leave per month. In Japan, when a woman for whom work during menstrual periods would be specifically difficult has requested leave, the employer shall not employ such woman on days the menstrual period. So she can take a day, like rest on that period. And then in South Korea, not only are female employees entitled to menstrual leave, but they are also ensured additional pay if they do not take the menstrual leave that they are entitled to.
Oh my God!
Who wants to move to South Korea?
Maybe.
They also have it in Taiwan, and they mention some countries in Europe and in Africa. So I think that's very progressive, because I know that menstruation is a very taboo subject. I think we can cover this in another podcast, but we know that menstruation is very taboo, especially in some countries. It may not seem very clean or hygienic, but actually it's just a part of our reproduction system, and it's a part of who we are. So I think this is very progressive, and definitely if you have never experience like very, very extreme period pains, kudos to you. You have no idea what it feels like. So I think this is like really great, and I hope it can be implemented in other countries as well. That would be, I think, really, really good.
That would be great. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's it for now. That's all we have for today. But remember, guys, there's teas, there's brews, there's heating pads, dark chocolate. Drink tons of water, as Grecia said. I mean, it's not only for period pains, it's for your overall health. Water is good.
Yes.
I don't remember out the top of my mind right now how much water you should be drinking a day. But definitely, there's like a lot of ways to track your water.
Like, yeah.
And I think 8 cups or something, or 7 cups of water a day, something like that. In Adira, we'll have a water tracking feature that will be really cool. So remember to look out on that. But yeah, this was really fun. Please comment down below not only what you do on your when you have period pains, but also what topics, what things you'd like us to research and to talk about on the next podcast.
And remember to subscribe to our channel. Remember, we're on all our socials, and on our socials we discuss many things that are going to be very helpful for you. So we'll leave that somewhere so you know where to go.
Yeah, please remember to like, subscribe, share, do all of that. Follow us on our social media. And if you'd like to know more about Adira.me, make sure to check out our website, www.adira.me, where you will be able to find like all of the features that we'll be having on the app, and a lot more cool stuff. You'll also be able to subscribe to be the first to try out the beta version. We will be launching very soon. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for sticking up till the end. And see you guys in the next time. Bye.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye, Grecia.
Bye, Vali.